Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum says her country will reject any type of unilateral U.S. military action. Sheinbaum's comment comes after a report surfaced indicating the U.S. is considering drone strikes against cartels in Mexico. And months after, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said all options will be on the table when asked about military action within our southern neighbor country. NewsNation correspondent Nichole Berlie joins us live from Del Rio, Texas, with the very latest. Allie, what more do you know at this hour?
Yeah, hey, Kelly, they're dealing with issues on the U.S. side of the border as well, and nobody really seems to know whose jurisdiction it is when these cartel drones make these incursions into the United States. And right now, lawmakers are actually requesting information from the Trump administration as to who, where, and how they can dismantle these drones. We've reported in the past that some of them are even bomb-wielding drones that the cartels are using against each other in our neighbor to our south country here. So they need a response from the Trump administration, which would include some guidance on this jurisdiction, on where our law enforcement can act against the Mexican cartels. They need that guidance by Thursday. Arizona Congressman Juan Ciscomani says that the U.S. does have that technology to intercept these drones and to take them down, but they need the clarity from the administration. Take a listen.
So the threat is real. And yes, that can be used against our agents. That can be used against our law enforcement. That can very well be used against our own civilian citizens of just on the border regions. We need to use, again, every tool possible to protect our citizens. And we need to first address and go through every option out there. And one of the main ones is cooperating with the Mexican government.
Okay, so Ciscomani went on to say that they want to make sure that they're making moves in collaboration with Mexico. He says he is confident that Mexico is going to step up and help combat the cartels, but again, emphasize that the U.S. needs to use every tool available for if U.S. personnel and service members are at risk, and in order to keep Americans safe. Now, this all comes as President Trump actually just issued a national memorandum invoking national emergency powers, increasing the Pentagon's presence and role down here in border security when it comes to the military involvement as well, Kelly.
All right. So, Allie, what is the likelihood the U.S. will use drone strikes in Mexico, in your view?
Yeah, these conversations have been ongoing, right? We even talked to Vice President J.D. Vance about that. He said, I'm not going to talk about invasions in Mexico right now, but these foreign terrorist organizations do kind of open up some doors. So a top Pentagon official actually said that these Operation Special Forces don't have the authority to actually launch drone attacks at drug cartels in Mexico, despite that foreign terrorist organization. He says, but it does help unlock the doors for a broader government approach to the drug problem. So despite this FTO by the Trump administration, these transnational criminal organizations, they're still attempting to move large quantities of narcotics into the United States. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, telling us as the Coast Guard offloaded nearly 25 tons of narcotics, that she believes that prosecuting individuals involved would be enough to slow the flow and their efforts. Take a listen.
I think this sends a very loud message today, Ali. Sinaloa, all these gangs, TDA, MS-13, the cartels, all of the cartels throughout the world, I would think they're pretty frightened right now based on what's behind us, based on 11 defendants in custody as a result of this one bust. We are ahead of them. We are going to stop them. And whenever possible, we're going to lock them up forever or get them out of our country to keep Americans safe.
Now, Kelly, when I pressed the Congressman Juan Ciscomani on whether or not he supported those drone strikes for the U.S. to go over New Mexico and breach that airspace, he said that he supports the United States using every tool that they have available in order to counter those drones and to counter the cartels if, of course, it comes to that. Now, we, of course, heard from the Mexican President, Claudia Sheinbaum, saying that she unequivocally rejects these actions, and she says it would not resolve anything. Kelly.
All right, Allie Bradley with that live report. Allie, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.